So you know how when you are praying for the type of partner that you need in your life, I came to a realization. So one of the things that I pray for is somebody that is emotionally available, right? What I didn't realize was that we also need to pray for emotional intelligence in a person. So many people lack emotional intelligence. They're not able to comprehend and also provide emotional intelligence. And the most important times to have that is when there is a disagreement, argument. That's when it really needs to be there. When a person lacks emotional intelligence, they cannot comprehend how you're feeling. They don't want to accept how you're feeling. They are controlling and will tell you exactly this is what you should do. This is what you need to do. And don't take the time to understand why you display what you display. And a lot of times people who lack emotional intelligence are narcissists, immature people, people who have some sort of mental illness, and people who are not as driven and motivated as you are. So, example, right? Um, I remember I was dating this guy, and we would have disagreements or arguments. Fine, it's normal. That type of stuff. It's normal, but it kind of I didn't realize some people don't understand that really is normal. But some things you don't have to take to level 10. Sometimes when we disagree, it doesn't have to go to the worst level possible. And it doesn't have to be dragged out or something that is made out to be more than just what it is. So, sometimes if I don't feel the need to constantly push, especially when we have talked about it, we've addressed the issue, we got mad at each other, we went back and forth, we said things, we talked about it, we came to a common ground. Sometimes it's hard to get to that common ground when they don't know how to let things go. They don't know how to recognize your emotion. They don't like a person who displays peace. I will not give something so much anger when it doesn't really have to be there. What am I getting so worked up for? I might be upset in the moment. I might need time to process my thoughts. That's another thing. A person that lacks emotional intelligence, they will not be too happy with you processing how you feel. They want you to blur it all out right there. Say whatever's on your mind. They're going to come with an aggressive tone. They are going to make you feel like you need to be on 10 just like them. No, there is nothing wrong with peace. There is nothing wrong with being calm. There is nothing wrong with taking the time to think about what you want to say and how you want to say it before you just let it out. Doing those type of things are a part of being emotionally intelligent because you are in control of your thoughts. You are allowing your mind to process things so you can approach it in the most healthiest way possible. And of course, no, we're not perfect. We're not perfect. We don't, we're not going to always do everything the correct way. But the biggest thing is when you're dealing with people, you want to take the time to make sure you approach things in a healthy way. And the biggest reason why you're doing this is for yourself. You're not doing it for your boyfriend or for your girlfriend, for your husband, for your wife, for your friend, for your cousin. You're doing this for yourself. You're doing this to keep your head on correctly. You're doing this to make sure that you are in the best headspace possible. You're doing this to make sure you are remaining sane that you're not raising your blood pressure, that you are not acting out, as you know, as older people would say. You don't want to act out every time when the slightest thing happens, because life is full of ups and downs. Life is full of disagreements. Life is full of arguments. Life is full of, things, the yin and the yang. It's not going to always be good. So you have to have a certain level of emotional intelligence in order to keep yourself sane, to keep your head on right, to have that mental clarity. So people who lack emotional intelligence, they don't understand that. All they know is go. They don't understand peace. They don't like peace. They shy away from it. They get upset with you because you want to be the peaceful person. And there is nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being a peaceful person. The person who has emotional intelligence, they will be able to go to higher levels. They will be going into higher rooms. They will be seated at higher level tables. So it's all about where you want to go in life. Do you want to remain in the same position, or do you want to keep climbing up? Do you want to keep going up? You may have kids, or you might have a legacy, a business, friendships, bonds, strong bonds that you want to hold on to. So you have to practice emotional intelligence. You have to understand where you can improve it when you communicate with people. So it took 29 years. Well, really just about 30, because my birthday almost here. But it took me just about 30 years to understand this concept. And it's so important. Now, I have always been a person that is emotional, a person that is emotionally in tune. I mean, it's just been in me since I was born. And as I have grown, have come in contact with different people, have different friendships, have different relationships, it just has elevated as a person overall. I'm an analyzer. So, I'm able to analyze things from within and from also what I see, in situations and with people. And that was one thing that just dawned on me. Like, people really do lack emotional intelligence. Now, I do believe that it needs to be in you. Some people just don't have it. Some people just won't have it. Things that can influence those factors are self-growth, self-elevation. So it has to be in your mind and in your heart and in your soul to grow mentally and spiritually. Another thing that can also influence the levels of emotional intelligence is a person's childhood, who raises them, the environment of what they grew up in, the traumas that they experience. These factors will contribute to how a person processes emotions, how they address it, how they view it, how they respond to things. Oh my God, it's so imperative to pay attention to how you respond, how you perceive, how you understand, how you process. And it's also very important to understand how your partner or someone close to you processes emotions. It's important to understand how you approach situations, how you can get past it, how you fix them, how you analyze it, how you read it, how you grow from it. Oh my God, like when I just started going through, just reflecting on different people and different things, it just started dawning on me, okay, this is why I would clash with this person, or wouldn't understand, or would get timid or shy, with talking to this person, because of the emotional intelligence. I dated this guy years ago. He had this, because a lot of times, like I noticed, it's a trend with aggressive people who are just overly aggressive, overly tense, just aggressive. Many of us probably know just an aggressive person, somebody who always got an issue, somebody who let the smallest things send them over the edge. And not saying that, this is just, a person, because we've all been there, but I'm talking about somebody who does this regularly, somebody who is always getting sent over the edge, or somebody who is always aggressive, somebody who takes small situations and make it 1,000 times bigger than what it is, somebody who has a routine in doing this. Those type of people lack emotional intelligence. The biggest thing is it starts within themselves. They don't know how to process their own emotions. They have not dealt with things inside of them that bother them. They have not faced insecurities. They have not faced traumas. They have not began to grow to where they should be. I know somebody right now, almost 40, still has the mind of a 17-year-old. Maybe 15, honestly. Yeah. Still has the mind of a 15-year-old. Being able to process emotions, receive them, deal with them, heal from them, learn what's going on inside of you. Being able to do all of that helps you to grow to be a better person. It helps you to grow to be a stronger person. It helps you to grow to elevate. It helps you to be the best person that you can be for yourself and for everybody around you. It helps your relationships, your friendships last longer. Now, of course, we don't have no control of whatever the next person decides to do. But a lot of times, people that have high levels of emotional intelligence, you will see they got people close to them that's been in their lives for years and years and years and years and years, and they're gonna never leave. They're gonna never leave. They have strong bonds. They're very well trusted by the people that love them. And if you are a person that has a high level of emotional intelligence, then you can definitely relate and you understand and you know exactly where I'm coming from. So let's talk about how we can begin. If you feel that I need to improve my level of emotional intelligence, how do I do that? These are some things that you can do. Therapy, first. First and foremost. I don't know why so many people are against therapy. I don't understand. I really don't. Because as a person who has been in therapy off and on for years, there's nothing wrong with it. Get a therapist. And the first person that you land with therapy may not be the one for you. I tell people all the time, when you start going to therapy, search for the type of therapist that you want, because it's different type of therapists out here. When you begin to go to therapy, when you first meet with them, let them know the type of therapist that you are looking for. I had to tell a lady, I need therapy, but I don't need medicine. I'm not trying to get on any medicine. Don't push medicine on me because I'm not going to take it. I know I don't need it. I need therapy, not medicine. It's a difference. Needless to say, this particular therapist was still trying to push. I said, no, ma'am, because I know what I need. That ain't it. I need actual mental elevation. Medicine is not going to do that. So also books. Go to these different stores. You can go to Five and Below, Barnes and Noble, your local bookstores, eBay. eBay is a great place to get books from. Amazon. Get books that help elevate your growth. Research books that for things that may have been in the back of your mind. And definitely, things that will help with emotional growth, elevation. Look for those kind of books. Look for trauma healing books. Look for just healing, in general type of books, growth mindset kind of books. So therapy, books, eating correctly. Y'all do not understand the type of food that you put in your body. Seriously. Oh my God. If you take the time, if you don't already know, the type of food that you put in your body, from the seasonings, the type of salt and just overly processed, chemicalized seasonings, meat, different types of foods, these things will play on your mind, on your brain. It will cause chemical imbalances, especially when you eat unhealthy things for a long period of time. It will actually, how old people say, keep on watching the TV, it's going to turn your brain to mush. That food is doing the same thing. when you eating food that's literally killing you, it's killing you in your chest. You know, some foods, if you eat it over time, cause heart attacks. It is also turning your brain into mush. I'm telling you, do your research. So eat better, exercise, drink plenty of water, get sun, get out the house on a routine basis, read books, go to therapy, journal, travel, and apologize. Tell when you find yourself, if you feel like, okay, I need to grow, which all of us can. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, of course not. So when I tell my partner, tell me what it is that I did to upset you. Let's get past this together. Let's work this out. Let's do what we need to do, baby. Let's talk about this. Friends, okay? You give me the floor. I give you the floor. We're going to talk about how we feel. We're going to come to a common ground. We're going to respect each other's decisions. We're going to respect each other's mindset. We're going to listen to one another. We're going to hear, not just listen, but we're going to actually hear one another. We're going to make sure that that other person knows, I hear you. I hear you. I promise I do. I'm going to take heed to what you're saying. This is why I did blah, blah, blah. I understand how I could have done blah, blah, blah. Or, whatever the case may be. It's just an example. So, another thing, I think I mentioned journaling. Yep. So journaling is also a very good thing. You can physically journal or you can get online journaling. Those are a lot of different things. Meditation is definitely one. Definitely meditate on a regular basis. Heavy on prayer. I am heavy on prayer. There is power in prayer. Don't be afraid to pray. Don't be scared to pray. Prayer works miracles. Okay. So I just wanted to put that message out there in the universe because in 2024, I did not realize, and I guess sometimes when you see things from, a lot of times you see it from just your mindset, even when you're trying to open up and view things from other ways, which I do. However, I did not realize until I came across this particular individual that just, I did not realize how people really lack emotional intelligence. But of course, he's not the first one. It's just as I continue to grow and experience things and see things, I'm starting to realize a lot of people lack emotional intelligence. They don't know how to cope with your emotions and accept your emotions and work out things and conversations and confrontations because it starts within. They don't know how to deal with their own emotions. They haven't processed their own emotions. They are harboring so many things inside of them that they have not dealt with. They have not confronted. And it's constantly building up like garbage at a dump. Just constantly building up. And then what's going to happen is they're going to take it out on you. They're going to beat you up for stuff that don't even have anything to do with you. And that's when relationships get ruined. That's when friendships get ruined. That's when bonds begin to demolish. That's when the things that don't have to happen begin to happen. So take the time to grow. Take the time to apologize. Take the time to be patient. Take the time to understand. Take the time to heal.